of a pyramid protested and demanded to set MAVRODI free. Actually, MAVRODI could have used his powers and do huge, bigger protests, but he decided not to do that, as that would made as obvious a different protests of this type. It could be people injured or even killed, so he decided not to use people in this purpose. It was very noble from him to do that. MMM leader became a deputy. However, he found a way to get out of the prison. Being imprisoned, Sergei MAVRODI had managed to register as a candidate for a deputy of the State Duma and was released from prison. He won the elections by a landslide and became the deputy of the State Duma of the first convocation. So, as a deputy in Russia, they have privileges. This is why, becoming a deputy, he was set free. The State Duma is against MAVRODI. Surprise, surprise! The State Duma deputies deprived Sergei MAVRODI of his deputy plenary powers due to his permanent absence at the Duma's meetings. That incident was the only one in New Russia's history. Sergei MAVRODI wasn't interested at all in politics. It's not he hates politics, as he said it many times. So he became a deputy only for the reason to get out of a prison. That's it. He wasn't interested to go to their meetings, as he himself considered as well the people there as being quite silly and not worthy to spend time with. But this was another lame excuse for them to deprive him by saying that he is absent. A candidate for presidency. The Central Election Commission registered the authorized representatives of the initiative group that had nominated MAVRODI as a candidate for the president of Russia, but subsequently rejected a significant part of the signatures in the support of a candidate, and his registration was renounced. So, for obvious reasons, they did that again. They weren't interested into having a fair president, a fair leader on top of their head. Revival of MMM, January 2011. Sergei MAVRODI announced launching a new project of MMM 2011. Together we change the world. Previously, there were simply no analogues of similar systems in the world. The film about MMM, the launch of a project fell in the same time interval with the release of Russian film about MMM Pyramid, the plot of which is based on the eponymous book in which the history of MMM is disclosed by Sergei MAVRODI. So he wrote a book, and there is a movie which I highly recommend you to watch. You can find it online on YouTube. MMM is building a new, fair financial order. June 2012, the activity of MMM made a lot of banks collapse and a huge outflow of funds from deposit accounts happened. The system numbered more than 35 million members at the time. For obvious reasons, the fight against the system started. It suffered the same fate as MMM 94, eventually collapsed. So what happened? A lot of banks, as I already said, had a huge outflow, and another minus of the system of that time was that it wasn't really quite a community, because the money was still kept by the managers in MMM. So it wasn't the same idea as it is now, comparing it now, where people exchange money between themselves. You don't need to put it in a central account. At that time, there were central accounts, and it was again used by the banks. They simply blocked those accounts that they identified as being of MMM and took all the money away, and that's it. There were no other discussion about that. Again, huge loss of money. People lost a lot of money. Sergei MAVRODI didn't get all of them. It was again the banks that took the advantage of it. MMM 2012 is just the beginning. I'll be back. Sergei MAVRODI announced the launch of a completely new MMM, World Mutual Aid Fund, MMM community. It speeded up since the first day, showing crazy dynamics on new members' registration. It has been decided to send 10% of the whole turnover on payments to the affected members of MMM 2011. So again, another genius idea. In order not to make central accounts, in order not to gather the money somewhere, now the money are spread directly between participant itself. You can just check in your account online whom you should transfer the money to. So MMM now is connecting all the people between themselves and exchange, so they can exchange the money and get benefits of it. It's amazing and it's crazy, but it is true. MMM is growing. Some short facts: 2012, MMM started its development in India. It had great, huge developments. 2012-2013, following India, MMM Bangladesh was launched as well. 2013, MMM Indonesia was launched. 2014, MMM Hong Kong. And it's not the end. MMM Global, 2014. MMM Global started up in the spring 2014. It is a voluntary network, a community of millions and millions of people from more than 100 countries worldwide. So there is already MMM settled in Argentina, Brazil, Philippines, Hong Kong, and other. And all the rest of people in the world from all the countries of the world are able to participate as well. So they rebelled against the financial slavery and combined their money for this purpose. So how it is possible? MMM, the Republic of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is another genius idea to set the world free. For MMM Global participants' convenience, there were some trendy ideas on funds transfers implemented. From now on, all the countries where you can buy and sell Bitcoins can be registered in a branch of Free People of the Republic of Bitcoin. Thus, there is no barriers to develop MMM in small countries due to their restrictions on the international bank transfers. Banks. This is not something that we would want to use, as the banks can anytime put restriction on an account or even block an account and take all the money. Yes, the banks can do that. Read better your contract. So, Bitcoins is really genius idea to do that. Join MMM Global, join our community, set the world free. Don't hesitate, don't even think of going back, just go always forward. We are writing the history right here and right now. We are not going to be any more slaves working from 8 to 5, having pennies for that. We want to hold our own money and to get the benefits of it. I don't want a bank to use my money for their own purposes. I want us people, free people, to use our money, to exchange the money when it is needed and to help each other. This is really a great idea. And join us, write the history here today with us. And together we will indeed change the world.